So what if I told you there's an animal out there with 9 brains? Or another one that's basically a distant cousin of the T-Rex? Well, in this explainer, we are diving deep into some of the most amazing secrets of the animal kingdom, from their hidden superpowers all the way to our role in making sure they survive.
First up, let's talk about animal superpowers. And I'm not talking about stuff from comic books. These are real-life abilities that are just going to make you totally rethink what's possible in nature.
All right, let's start with a number, 9. Can you imagine what animal could possibly need 9 brains just to get through its day?
Yep, if you were thinking octopus, you nailed it. They have one central brain to, run the whole operation. But then, get this, each of its 8 arms has a smaller, independent brain. It's like having 8 co-pilots that can all do their own thing, tasting, touching, and moving, all on their own. Wild.
Okay, how about a little prehistoric puzzle? Your first thought might be something like a crocodile or a lizard, some kind of reptile. But trust me, the answer is probably not what you expect. Believe it or not, it's the chicken. No joke. Scientists actually analyzed proteins from T-Rex fossils and found the strongest genetic match was the humble chicken. So the next time you see one pecking around, just remember, you're looking at the closest living thing we've got to a T-Rex.
And when it comes to pure speed, nothing on this planet even comes close to the peregrine falcon. I mean, during its hunting dive, it can hit speeds over 200 miles an hour. To put that in perspective, that's like 3 times faster than a cheetah's top sprint. It is literally a living missile.
These incredible abilities, they're just one piece of the puzzle of what makes an animal unique. But how do scientists even begin to make sense of all this incredible diversity? Well, they group them into families based on things they all have in common.
So let's start with our own family, the mammals. The things that tie a tiny little mouse to a gigantic whale and to us humans are these key things. We're warm-blooded, we've got hair or fur, and mothers make milk for their young.
And the variety here is it's staggering. I mean, think about it. Our pets at home, huge farm animals, and yeah, even us. We all fall under that same biological class. It really shows you just how adaptable that mammal blueprint is.
Okay, next up we've got 2 families that seem like they're from different planets. Birds and reptiles. One's got feathers, the other's got scales. One's warm-blooded, the other's cold. But they share this one really fundamental thing. They both start their lives inside an egg.
And of course, we can't forget the masters of the water. You've got fish, built for a life under the waves, breathing through gills. And then you have amphibians, like frogs, who live this incredible double life, starting out in the water as tadpoles and then moving on to land as adults.
Now all these different families, they all need a place to live. And an animal's home, its habitat, it's so much more than just a shelter. It's the whole system that gives it everything it needs to survive, from food and water to a safe place to raise its babies.
The Amazon rainforest is just a perfect example of how complex a habitat can be. And this quote, it just nails it. Different animals literally live on different floors of the forest, from the basement right up to the penthouse suite.
And that whole apartment building idea, it's pretty literal. The rainforest is sliced into these distinct vertical layers, and each one is its own little world. It all kicks off at the bottom with the river and stretches all the way up to those sunny treetops that poke through the roof of the forest. So let's take a quick tour. From the ground up, down in the river, you've got massive anacondas swimming around. Then on the dark, damp forest floor, tiny poison frogs add this brilliant flash of color. A little higher, in the shady understory, that's where you'll find stealthy jaguars on the hunt. And way up top, in the bustling canopy, monkeys are just leaping through the branches. So you have all these animals in their different homes. How in the world do they talk to each other? Well, they use some pretty incredible, and sometimes really secret, ways of communicating. Let's look at one of the most famous examples of this. Bees don't have, Google Maps or GPS. So how do they share the exact location of a fantastic patch of flowers? They use a secret code.
It's called the waggle dance, and it's basically a living map. The bee flies in this little figure-8 pattern. The angle of that dance tells her sisters exactly which direction to fly in relation to the sun, and how fast she waggles tells them how far they have to go. It is one of the most sophisticated communication systems in the entire animal kingdom. It's amazing.
All of this incredible diversity, from the superpowers to the secret languages, it's so precious. But for so many species, it's under threat. And that brings us to maybe our most important role of all, being their protectors.
The ultimate tragedy here is extinction.
that's when a species is just gone from the earth forever. That's what happened to the passenger pigeon. Their flocks used to be so enormous, they would literally darken the sky for days. But because of habitat loss and overhunting, they were completely wiped out.
So how do we keep track of this risk? Well, we use terms like endangered and threatened. Think of it this way. An endangered species is at a really high, immediate risk of going extinct. A threatened species isn't in quite as much danger yet, but its numbers are dropping fast, and it's probably on its way to becoming endangered.
And this isn't some far-off problem. We're talking about iconic American animals like the Florida panther and the grizzly bear. They're at risk right now, and the main reason is that the wild places they need to live are shrinking because of human activity.
But there is hope. Just look at the bald eagle, the symbol of the United States. It was once on the brink of extinction because of a pesticide called DDT. But when people came together, banned the chemical, and protected the birds, their population made an incredible comeback. It just goes to show you that we can make a positive difference.
We've seen superpowers, ancient relatives, secret languages. The animal kingdom is just more wondrous than we can even imagine. And, as the story of the bald eagle proves, we have the power to help protect it. So, I'll leave you with this challenge. What's one new thing you can learn about an animal that lives right near you? Because really, the journey to becoming a protector, it all starts with just one small step of curiosity.